Mr. Additional, would you say that particular project is the biggest of all the agreements that Nigeria is entering with China in the last trip of President Buhari to China?
No, you like you said in the intro, the country has got projects and investments in excess of $6 billion. So that 2.5 billion project could not be the biggest.
Which is the biggest? If I do
a quick rundown, there is this 300 megawatt solar power project in Shiroro. Then there is the solid minerals, the granite mining plant that's going to be established in the country.
Where?
Then in terms of road, the infrastructure bank and the Sino-Hydro Corporation are to spend $1 billion on Abuja-Ibadan Lagos Expressway. And then in housing, there's this $250 million deal to build 27-story high-rise complexes in different parts of the country. And of course, you have the free trade zone signed by the Ogun State government. There is the Guandun Free Trade Zone, which costs about $1 billion. So there are many projects, and everything totals over $6 billion.
Not every Nigerian is happy with President Buhari's frequent trips, but the president has always told us that these trips are for the gains of the country. But in all of this, an average man on the street, some of them who cannot even have access to us, watching us right now, will be concerned about the immediate deliverables. What will benefit that man that will put food on their table? That's what they are concerned with. In the immediate, what are those benefits that this trip will bring to an average Nigerian?
Like I said earlier, when you talk of investments, you don't talk of immediate deliverables. Yes, there are always low-hanging fruits that you can pluck immediately. But then there are also the ones that are suspended on the tree, which will take time to ripen and drop. So every country needs to be patient till the fruits ripen and drop for the benefit of everyone.
This trip, one is afraid that it might just be jeopardized, considering the fact that one of the state governors had written to the Chinese government that they should not sign that agreement with Nigeria, and he gave several reasons. Are you aware of that?
Well, that's what I call a day after the fair. When agreements have been signed and been sealed and delivered, and then you begin to write that it should not be signed, that's a day after the fair. That's like locking the barn after the horse had bolted. And, well, there is always comic relief in Nigeria, and there's room for that in any country. I see that just as a comic relief, something to just laugh about and move on.
Okay, as we go on, a lot of people have talked about getting loan from China. How much loan are we getting?
I think it's going to be a misnomer to talk about loans. Nigeria did not ask for loans. When you say we have asked for loans, it gives the impression of an emergency loan. We do not seem to need an emergency loan. The president has said it, the finance minister has said it. Even the IMF managing director, Christine Lagarde, when she visited Nigeria, she said it, that Nigeria does not need an emergency loan. So what we have got from China is not a loan, it is investment. And you know that investment is like a package. You have so many things embedded in it. But loans in terms of seeking a lifeline, no.
Before I let the rope loose on the issue of the China trip, what is the earliest time that we're going to be seeing maybe the Chinese men and women in the field starting off some of these projects?
Almost immediately.
Really?
Almost immediately. But you know that there is the issue of Nigeria paying its counterpart funding. It will be contingent on Nigeria paying its side of the money involved. Once Nigeria pays, I'm sure.
Why do you think Nigeria is going? How much is involved for Nigeria to pay? How much are we talking about?
No, it's not something I can say. It's a percentage. For instance,
what is the percentage?
If it's a $1 billion project, there's a certain percentage that Nigeria will pay.
One would be wondering, All of these
it's
things.
not something I can give offhand now.
Okay. Is any of these packaged and considered in the 2016 budget, the deals signed with China?
Sure. I am sure they have to be in the budget. You know, you don't begin to spend without having considered it in the budget. Even the rail, you know that one of the contention in the budget is that Lagos Calabar rail project. Although it's referred to a technical committee now, but it was one of the contentious issues in the budget. So Nigeria had been futuristic about these deals in the budget.
Mr. Additional, talk to us about that document that has stayed in your principal's office for about a week now. The president did not sign the budget before he left for China. Now that he's back, will he be signing the budget on Monday morning?
The president will sign a budget that will do good to the maximum number of Nigerians. He will not rush to sign a document that may become unimplementable. The president will sign a document that the executive agrees with. He will not just sign for the sake of signing. And he has said it himself that he will scrutinize the budget, look at the provisions ministry by ministry. The ministers will have to agree that yes, what has been approved for them will do the work that they need to do. So unless that is achieved, I can't be presumptuous to tell you that the president is going to sign immediately. And don't forget that the Constitution gives the president an allowance of 30 days after the budget is sent back to him. Are
you saying we may be waiting for another 30 days before the budget is signed? Nigerians are already impatient considering the economic goals of the country.
I didn't quite say that, except you want to input meaning to what I say.
No, I'm just asking.
What I said is clear.
Nigerians want the budget to be activated in the earliest time possible. You have said that he will sign a budget that will make Nigerians happy. At the moment, is that document a document that is making him unhappy, or is not a perfect document as we have it in the president's office?
You know that before the president traveled, the budget details were transmitted to him. But later information came out that there were many omissions, there were still some further paddings, there were things that were not in the original document that were added. And the president said he needed to look at that document and agree with it. Don't forget that a sum of 17 billion naira was taken out of that budget. He needed to see where that money was taken out from. Apart from that 17 billion, some things were moved around. He needed to look at them and agree with those things. There's no point in signing a budget that will become unimplementable. So the president needs to also temporize and look at that document very, very carefully, and when he is satisfied, of course, it will be signed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Additional, for talking to us. But I will love to tell you that Nigerians are waiting. We're going to the end of the 4th month. Nigerians want to see the change that the APC government sold to Nigerians and at the campaigns. And now, in the 4th month, running to a year of this administration, again, the budget is not signed yet.
Yes, the lifespan of last year's budget was extended to March 31. And so today is 17th April, I guess. We had a budget till March 31. So let's not begin to say 4th month of the year. We had a budget running till March 31.
Well, it's the 4th month of the year, and especially it's supposed to be the first month of the President Buhari's own budget. Well, let's leave it at that. Mr. Additional, many thanks for talking to us on the program. Always a pleasure having you, as always. We'll take a moment on the program, and when we return, Nigeria is no doubt at a...
very, very united on this subject matter. We are not averse to that project, and we are in total support of that project. The question remains that, yes, it's been omitted. What do we do?
Nigeria is no doubt at a critical point in history. Which way to go makes the journey so frustrating and confusing too, especially at a point of huge economic upheaval. Mr. Femi Falana will be talking to us on several issues ranging from budget, anti-corruption, and the way forward for the country. Join us again.